Hello, and welcome to part 2 of Module 2 of the Apttus Quote-to-Cash certification. In the first video of this module, you learned all about the process layer of Quote-to-Cash and the solutions we provide to help you automate your end-to-end processes. In this video, we're going to dive into the second layer, the behavior layer. And more specifically, we're going to cover why managing human behavior, especially sales behavior, is a critical component of your quote-to-cash business processes. We'll discuss how to intelligently influence and motivate behaviors in the workplace, and how sales incentives are the ultimate motivator for driving sales performance. I'm Sarah Vancaster, Director of Product Marketing for Incentives here at Apttus. I manage all of our marketing efforts for our incentives portfolio, including incentive comp, rebate management, and promotions. I have over a decade of experience in this industry, and I love helping our customers find creative ways to optimize their incentive programs and drive business results. So feel free to connect with me on LinkedIn or via email. Now, let's begin with a lesson from behavioral economics. Well, as humans, yes, we're predictable. We're actually predictably irrational, as much as we'd like to believe otherwise. And if we think about our own behavior, it doesn't take us long to see this reality. We all make New Year's resolutions every year with the best of intentions, but somehow the vast majority of us lose sight of these new healthy goals by February 1st. We know it's in our best interest to maybe exercise more or eat healthier, but we still don't change our behavior. And here we see a couple of images that depict how we as humans, even though we know what we should or shouldn't be doing, and we know what the better decision is, we still often go against our better judgment. We can't help these impulses. This is human nature. It's just part of who we are. Now, the problem for organizations is we bring this irrational behavior to work with us every day. So this means in order for companies to be successful, they need to figure out how to motivate our behaviors to get our actions to align with the goals of the business. And oftentimes this is no easy feat. Managing human behavior across employees, partners, and customers is something all companies need to address. And the way we attempt to influence behaviors is through incentives. Think commissions for our salespeople, rebate programs for maybe our partner network, or promotional campaigns for customers, and so on. And if we look at the numbers, we can see we're spending a fortune on driving behaviors within our organizations. $1 trillion is spent every year in the US alone on incentives. And to put that number in perspective, that's 4 times more than all the money we spend on advertising. So all the pop-up ads, the Super Bowl commercials, billboards, all of it. Universally, this is a major expense for enterprises today, and it should be a top priority to manage all incentive programs as efficiently as possible. However, in our complex, modern organizations, this isn't always so easy. When we think about incentive programs, sales compensation typically comes to mind right away, right? However, if we take a closer look, we implement various types of incentives all across our business. Maybe the marketing team rolls out promotional campaigns that are tied to their initiatives. Maybe you have a large channel network and you have rebate programs set up for your partners. Additionally, depending on the life cycle of your organization, you could be dealing with legacy programs from mergers or acquisitions. And if you take a step back, the question becomes, are all of your different disparate programs really driving towards the same business goals and objectives? Are you really aligning everyone in the right direction? And most importantly, is the money you're spending on all these different programs being effectively spent? You also need to keep in mind, managing incentives has an impact across lots of different areas of your business. Of course, managing sales incentives impacts the sales teams. They're often the people whose behaviors we're trying to motivate. But managing sales incentives really goes beyond the sales organization. When it comes to evaluating incentive programs, as well as the processes and systems used to manage them, you need to consider all the different team members that are impacted by these decisions. So let's recap quickly. We know we need to manage human behavior within our organization. We also spend a fortune trying to do this, and we may not necessarily be spending that money very effectively. Plus, these decisions impact numerous resources across the organization. So you can quickly see how and why managing incentives can become a rather daunting task, which begs the question, is there a better way? When you're able to align all of your incentive programs, you're not just automating processes, you're driving behavioral change that can have a major impact across your organization. Think of it as becoming the conductor of a finely tuned symphony. Instead of having the string section playing Beethoven and the brass section playing Metallica, you bring everyone together and get everyone to start working in concert. All of a sudden, you've got promotional campaigns and rebates and sales commissions that are all designed to drive towards your business's goals and objectives. And that can be really, really powerful. And that's the approach we take to incentives at Apttus. Many organizations today are seeing the benefits of automating quote-to-cash processes, and Apttus is helping provide a lot of this value. Additionally, at Apttus, we also acknowledge that humans are humans, and because of that, we as organizations need to be able to tweak or augment the decisions of people by influencing their behaviors. And that's the basis of our behavior layer and the Apttus incentives portfolio. Apttus is the only provider of an incentive solution that aligns behaviors across all sales channels. Apttus Incentives helps our quote-to-cash customers go beyond that process automation by aligning behaviors, inspiring performance, and driving business results. That wraps our video on driving behaviors. Stay tuned for our next module on artificial intelligence and learn where AI is applied in the modern enterprise.